Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Movie Man Beyond. Today I'm going to be talking about the Hellraiser movie, the remake, slash, not remake, or whatever the hell it is. That's just released on Hulu this past Friday. So yeah, let's do it. Yeah, Hellraiser 2022 is I don't want to say a remake. It's not meant to be a remake. It's sort of meant to be this new series of movies, I think, in the Hellraiser franchise. Now, initial thoughts, I wasn't really a fan. It's by no means the worst Hellraiser movie. I thought the runtime was too long for what they're going for. Visually, it looked okay, and certain places. I did like the whole cube design of the buildings and stuff to go with the laminate configuration. But overall, I find it a tad boring. The woman that plays Pinhead, I just didn't find as sinister or screen presence, wasn't commanding. It didn't take over the entire room like a Doug Bradley has when he's played Pinhead. The effects, I don't know, like, people are raving on about the gore and stuff like that. I find the older films were more realistic for me in terms of visually. The gore looks a hell of a lot better. I thought the Cenobites looked a bit rubbery plastic. I know they're not wearing the black leather. There's all sort of naked and whatever's happened to them, stripped bits of skin popping off and heads like that. But in a way, I felt black leather helped them. Obviously, they didn't need to put in as much makeup on the rest of the body, so it was covered up. But and they've got like bits of skin on their arms. Just at times, I was looking at it and I was just like, that looks like someone's just grabbed a bit of what you would say plasticine or Play-Doh and just whacked it on the arm. It didn't do anything for me. The main girl, I struggled to really root for her. She was a druggie. Well, had been. Starts taking pills again. She's a bit of a tearaway. Falling out with her brother. And I just, I don't know if there was anyone sort of that you were rooting for in the movie. Maybe it's the brother. But, spoilers. The brother gets killed or taken away, and she thinks like she's got to do this. By you have to sort of keep killing people and give them a sacrifice, and then she thinks that her brother's going to get released from hell. Well, someone picked up on that and says like the fact that the laminate configuration changed different shapes, but it always did. Creating that like dagger shape and stuff like that. It always did. So, music, they're trying to go back to the originals, which is fair enough. Cenobites, some of the designs were fine. They looked like the older ones, but once again, the older designs looked better and more realistic. I mean, the first one, Frank, where he's muscle, his body and stuff, it's just muscle, and you can see all the sinew and the shininess of like the muscle, and it looks real. This just, I don't know. Like I say, the main lady that played Pinhead, I just don't get what all the fuss was about, the hype. The voice was clearly altered as well. It's in like some are saying they're better than Doug Bradley or even just as good. I didn't find that for me. And then the times when she was doing the old quotes of "we have such sights to show you," it just doesn't work. For me, it didn't work on that level. 2 hour running time, I felt that. There's a lot of scenes where it was just stuff moving very, very slowly. And I always know there's some sort of guy that wants to open the box and have all this power, and what he thinks it's gonna be, but it never ends up being, is always the same thing in these movies. They think that opening up it's gonna be all these pleasures, but it's not. It's obviously pain. So they end up, Leviathan, the god, ends up putting this thing in his chest which pulls, I think it's his meant to be like his sort of his heart, like the little, is it the ventricles on your heart, and just when he's sort of about to die, like they stop and they keep doing it to him, and he wants that released. So he creates this mansion and puts like this big metal sort of cage around it. To be honest, if anyone watched wrestling, it reminds me of Hell in a Cell. That's all I was thinking of. I was like, I've seen that before. And that apparently stops the Cenobites coming in, which is fucking stupid, because earlier on in the film you see the Cenobites coming out of the floor in random areas, because obviously it's a doorway into hell, Leviathan and all that. So they can do that then, but they can't do that in this house. And he goes on like he's trapping them, and it's sort of I kind of think I know where they're going for this. I think they're going to try a trilogy, and the sort that we're making out, like this guy at the end turns into like a lead Cenobite, and I'm thinking he's going to be Dr. Chenard. That's the way I've got it anyways. Yeah. I mean, at the end, you know, they ask her, "Oh, what prize does she want?" She's like, "I don't want a prize." You know, why would you want a prize off the Cenobites? Not fucking stupid. But there must be different laws. I do like the history, and it shows, you know, like bits and pieces of this different gods, and offer different gifts. And this guy's obviously been doing research, the nutter that is obsessed with him. But I do like them elements, you know, a bit of the backstory, Cenobites and things of that nature, but I just find it far too long, and I'm really struggling to see what everyone is raving about. I'm not like I hate the movie, but it's by no means anywhere near the top of the pile in the Hellraiser movies. And I know Hellraiser isn't one of the best franchises. It does have a lot of crud. I was gonna say that's hideously underground dwellers, but yeah, they do have a lot of things I wouldn't necessarily have used. The whole backstory as well is just, it's not interesting. Like, and then you knew her boyfriend was going to be waiting for this guy, and she was killing people to get the box back to him, so he wants a one-on-one with Leviathan, that nutter guy who owns that house. And I'm just, really? You're going to long way about it? And this whole stabbing them in the hand and like, you're the sacrifice. Just give him the box, open it, and then you end up getting killed. Not this, you stab them and they do the little box, and it's like if doing a Rubik's Cube and then like stabbing you, then some demon come out of the box because you've been stabbed. Just kept it like they used to do it. But nah, I think they're going to try and do like a number 2 with this guy. The one that was obsessed with him is going to be like Dr. Chenard off Hellraiser 2, Hellbound. That's the way I looked at it at the end. That's the kind of feeling I got, because he was also obsessed with him and he wanted this power, and he was like Leviathan, and I was expecting the big thing to come down and drill in his head at the end, But he does get changed at the end. He gets like all of his skin peeled back, and which I thought was pretty cool. But that was a cool part in a film that was very mundane in my eyes, and that's what I felt about it. It was just it kind of felt like when I watched Morbius, I was like, oh yeah, it's okay, but it was just I didn't feel anything towards it. For me, it's not better than any of the original three. It's not even better than some of the straight to home video ones, but it's not the worst. Don't get me wrong, it's not the worst. Pardon me. It's not better than Bloodline either. I do like Bloodline. I probably prefer Bloodline over the third one, but number 2's my favourite. I think it builds on what the first one did and then makes it better. But nah, not really a fan of this. I mean, if you're not horror, check it out. That's some reason why I checked it out. You know, I knew the Hellraiser franchise. Once again, it's not one of my favourites. I know some people love it, and that's fair dues. That's a fair point. If you really liked it, I don't know what I could say why. I could think that maybe it's because they've had so many bad Hellraiser movies in the last few years. This comes along, it's polished, it is a well-made movie, and maybe you think, oh, it's great. Maybe it's rose-tinted spectacles. Maybe in a few years you look back and go, well, maybe it wasn't that great as we like to make out. But yeah, that was my thoughts on Hellraiser 2022. Like I say, if you're a horror fan, you're bound to check it out. And if you can check it out for free, do it. But I wouldn't just go dipping my toes and buying it straight away. It's kind of defeats the purpose. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my videos on my horror series. I know they're not doing particularly well, but I thought, well, just pump them out and see what happens. I'll put the odd review up here and there as I'm going along, but I've also been checking out the Halloween collection on 4K. Watched because of Michael Myers last night. Yeah, it looked visually good. I watched the producer's cut, of course, just because it's full of Loomis as opposed to the theatrical cut. It's still not that good, to be honest. Nah, I just wish someone could go back and just redo a lot of that movie again as well, even though the producer's cut is marginally superior to the theatrical. But nah, just sad. Like Donald Pleasance, just, you know, knowing it was his last film, and yeah, he still acts his arse off in their movies. You know, I always find that Halloween is a little less special when Dr. Loomis isn't in it. Well, mainly Donald Pleasance. But yeah, once again, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.